Good afternoon. I hope this video finds everybody doing well. As you can see, the steroids have me broken out pretty good. And, God's turning me into a teenager all over again. But thanks to this diet, it's actually not as bad as it could be. I've been testing my blood sugar. My blood sugars would be absolutely out of control if I wasn't eating the way I'm eating right now. Now, one of the most gratifying things about a regular American diet is that we pick things up and eat them. We want a hamburger bun. We want a bread sandwich. We want a taco shell. You want to pick something up, grab it, and eat it. So I was going to take a minute here and show you some options that you have so that you can get that same satisfaction of holding a sandwich without actually having to have bread or have the carbohydrate. So here are some low-carb bread substitutes, really easy. Some of them you can just buy right off the shelf. And we'll go over a couple you can make without too much effort. So let me go ahead, I'll flip the camera around here and I'll show you some of the ones I have laid out. Alright, first one I have here is called St. Joseph's bread. Now I don't eat this one a lot because it's got a lot of oat fiber in it. And if you are eating a mostly, fat-based diet and you're not eating any wheat products, sometimes introducing wheat and gluten again is going to really tear you up and bloat you up. But, in a pinch, it's 10 total carbs, 4 fiber, 6 net carbs. So 6 net carbs would not be terrible. In terms of total carbs, 10 grams would be, for me, a whole day, half a day's worth of carbs. I do 20 total carbs for the day. So, that's a big chunk to throw at it. But they taste decent. I like to put a little butter on them and actually heat them up in a frying pan. And, it makes a good pita. Obviously, these expired while I was in the hospital, but that's no big deal. They are not moldy or anything, and they last a long time. And you can even put them in the freezer if you're not eating them every day. Next one I've been getting at Publix. This is a straight-up cheese. Lactose-free. I don't know how it's lactose-free, but the ingredients there are just basically milk, enzymes, and coloring. 1 carb. So that makes a nice wrap. I had one today with roast beef, mayonnaise, and a little bit of just salad greens. And that was a treat, just to have a little wrap. So Folio's cheddar, those are at Publix. Here's the next one, Crepini egg thins. Now these have no carbs in them. And they are made from eggs. This one has some cauliflower, so I don't know how it's 0 carbs. My only dislike with these is they're a little super thin. So you kind of have to do 2 or 3 of them together. And they're really only good. They're so small, they're really only good for a fold over, not really a wrap. So they're okay. I'll give them an okay. The next thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to show you one of my favorites is a chaffle. Million recipes on the internet for chaffle. We'll show you how to make one. Okay, so for chaffles here, I am going to make anywhere from 3 to 4 with this. This is 2 eggs, and I have some whole milk mozzarella. All right, no need to be using skim milk on a high-fat diet. Okay, so whole milk mozzarella cheese. I went ahead and whisked up 2 eggs. I have my Dash waffle maker, handy dandy at Target for $9.99. I love this thing. So. And then a little bit of spray oil. So I'll go ahead and show you here how this comes together. I've got the waffle iron heating up, and we'll go ahead and put it together. Okay, so the waffle iron is good and hot here. We're going to go ahead and give it a little spray. Egg goes straight in. I don't mix the cheese in the egg. I just put the egg in, and then just like that, cheese on top. And I do a pretty good amount of cheese. All right, and we close it down. And we will give that until the light goes out. Probably about 3 minutes. And we will have chaffle. All right, so our light went out. That means it's done. I'm going to lift it up here. Now they come out a little bit puffy at first, but they shrink right down after a minute or two once they cool. Now, I know it is made with just eggs and cheese. It's like, how does that not just taste like egg? But it really doesn't taste anything like an egg, like a traditional. It doesn't taste like an omelet. It doesn't have that off-putting egg flavor. I like to put, just put your cheeseburger in there, a couple pickles, a little bit of lettuce, and basically you've got you a carb-free hamburger. And it's great to be able to hold it. I also like it for breakfast. I do them with sausage, or you can do a bacon, egg, and cheese. So we'll let this next one cook up, and then I'll show you a couple other things you can do. So 2 eggs got me 4 beautiful chaffles. So that would be 2 cheeseburgers. That'd be awesome. Or roast beef sandwiches. Or I made the other day, I took a low-carb teriyaki sauce and made a tuna salad and made a teriyaki tuna melt, which was amazing. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you here, they have some waffle mixes. This is a Birch Benders. It's a little bit on the grainy side, maybe not necessarily my favorite, but super easy to mix. You just add water. There is one on Amazon made by a company called Keto and Company, and I like that one better. I just order it on Amazon. I just don't have it on hand at the moment. But I will make one of these mixes, low carb waffle mix, and use that as a breakfast sandwich. So if you don't want to do a chaffle, that's an option. What I'm going to show you now is a version of what's called mug bread. So I've melted a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to add your low carb flour of choice. So we have coconut flour. That's probably the highest carb option. 9 carbs, 5 fiber. I have walnut flour. This is 2 carbs, 1 fiber, even better. Pecan flour, same as walnut flour. And I have the ubiquitous almond flour. So for this recipe, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of my flour substitute of choice. And then we are going to add 1 egg. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda, and just a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and stir that all together, and we're going to microwave it for 90 seconds. I'm going to mix that up off camera and show you what it looks like after it comes together. So that is 3 tablespoons of walnut flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 pinch of salt. Now when I do this with almond flour, sometimes I will add Old Bay seasoning and cheddar cheese to this and make it like a Cheddar Bay biscuit. Now I have done this one in a big ramekin because when this comes out, I am actually going to cut this in half if I can, and I'm going to use this for a grilled cheese sandwich. How cool is that? So let's see what it comes out after 90 seconds in the microwave. So as you can see, that's after 90 seconds. It's almost like just whole wheat bread. Super low carb. So I'm going to go ahead now, cut this in half, butter it. I'm going to cook it as a grilled cheese, and then we will show you what it looks like as a low carb grilled cheese with walnut flour. Alright, so I have combined Swiss cheese, cheddar cheese. I buttered both sides. I'm going to lay that right in my skillet. We are going to let that brown up. Probably a couple minutes on the side, just to let the cheese melt. The bread is already cooked, but we get that nice little toasted flavor, and it's definitely going to have that whole wheat flavor. And then show you what it looks like when it's done. So that took about a minute and a half. You can see it's nice and golden on one side. It is easy to burn this kind of bread, so don't go too far with it, and just slow it down a little bit here. Not too high a heat, and we just kind of let that melt. Another minute and a half and we'll be good to go. So there you have it. Perfectly melted grilled cheese. Maybe 2 net carbs. And something you can pick up and just bite into. Super satisfying. So God bless all of you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Love every minute. Live it while you're in it. Eat well. Take care of each other. And we'll see you again in the future. Have a great day. God bless you.